guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you swatches of the Shade and Light eye palette from Kat Von D. I'm really upset at myself because I could have sworn I had taped a video on this palette, but yeah, come to figure out I had not. The only video that I had taped was the one for the contour palette, which I love. So if you guys want to see that, I'll link it down below. But I wanted to show you guys this palette with essentially it's her eyeshadow version of the contour one for the face. But this is what the packaging looks like. As always, beautiful packaging by Kat Von D. It looks just like the contour palette. The only difference is it says eyes at the middle here bottom. Then on the back it shows you kind of a quick graph of all the colors and the names and everything. Now, one thing though that I always like to kind of point out with the colors in the back, when you're shopping around, I always recommend to look at the palette itself because the colors here don't always match what's inside. But let's take the palette out so I can show you guys what it looks like here. And yeah, actually, now think about it as well. I'm taking this out. This is my debut, my new hairstyle, a new color. Just love it. It's fun. So let me know if you guys down below your thoughts on it as well. But when you take the palette out of the box, inside of the box it comes with a little pamphlet here, which is kind of nice because what it does, it explains each quad. If you see here, they kind of divide it into quads here. So we have the, let me go to the English part of it because I don't know what language this is. I think it's French. Yeah, I think it's French. But this one is the neutral quad here. Then the middle will be looking at the cool quad and then the warm quad. And as always, obviously, with makeup, you can have fun with it. You can do anything you want with it, so you don't have to stick with the little suggestions and everything they say here. But it's kind of nice because especially for either beginners or someone who doesn't use eyeshadows much, it's really nice to just kind of have a little kind of how-to and a little explanation of the product that you're buying. And then right under it, it just gives you some suggestions and kind of a tutorial of some looks that you can do with each little quad. So I thought that was really cool. If you guys are not familiar with Kat Von D products, they're sold at Sephora only. With this palette, it retails for $36 or $38 at Sephora. Like I said, you'll find it on their website and also on their in stores. But the palette itself, this is what it looks like on the front. Beautiful. Just, I am in love with her packaging. And again, you know, same thing as the box, Shade and Light eye palette here. Then on the back, at least it also gives you a breakdown of all the names of the shades that are in the palette, which it makes it really nice and easy to follow. And then when you open it up, just like all of her palettes, on the top there's a nice huge mirror, which I love, and because it's not a funhouse mirror, so it's really nice. And the palette itself, this is what it looks like here. So like the picture that I showed you before, you can kind of tell the little quad sections on here. So when I go through each one for you and just swatch them real quick, that way you can see them. But real quick, main thing with this palette is that it's just like all her other palettes. The shadows are very soft, very creamy, and very pigmented, which that's one thing that I have always loved about Kat Von D products. They're just fantastic. You can't go wrong with them. They can become a little powdery since they are soft, so you do have to be careful with the, with your brush. And especially with the black one, which that's the one I use in my outside of the eyes today. But essentially at least with the black one, since that's the one I use today, for example, but any of the darker ones, just make sure that at least what I would recommend is to kind of tap your brush because it can leave a little bit of powder on your face. Since they're very powdery, they can kick up a little dust but I feel that that's very common with very soft shadows, but they're very, very good quality. So if you have not tried any of the other Kat Von D products, I recommend to try this one out. The other palette that I have from her, which I had done a video on, and I'll link the link down below as well, is the Monarch palette, which is beautiful, beautiful palette. But at least comparing that palette to this one, I feel like the consistency is the same and just phenomenal. All of these, by the way, as well, are matte. So that's one thing that I had just loved about this palette and drew me into it. All the colors are matte. What I would call the highlight colors here, they're very, very, they have kind of a more of a sheen to it. They look more satin to me, and the black one as well looks satin, but in the end, when you put them on your eyes, regardless, they're matte. So I want to start out with the top colors on here. So with the, let me see here, I just want to make sure I go the right direction. So, okay, so let's see. So I will be butchering half of these names because they're weird and I just can't pronounce them, so I apologize ahead of time, but you get the gist. And I'll just kind of leave the names here at the bottom just so you know what I'm even attempting to say. But the top one on here is Ligh. And this is what that looks like here. They're very, very soft. At least with this one, it's not as pigmented as all the other ones. But here's what the swatch for that one looks like. Now it's very hard for you to see it because it matches my skin tone very, very well. But let me kind of pile it up a bit so you can see it here. There you go. Then the one in the middle, we got Lazarus. With these colors up here, they're more kind of a brow bone highlight colors. They're not as pigmented as the actual shadows, I find. But this is what Lazarus looks like. Here's a swatch for it. See, again, you can barely tell. But with these, since they're supposed to be more kind of highlights, and obviously some, you know, you can use them however you want. I've used Lazarus at least for my crease, but they're not as pigmented. But this is Lazarus. It's more of kind of a muted gray tone here. It's very, very cool tone. And then the last one here, this is Ludwig. And this is what Ludwig looks like here on my finger. And let me see if I can swatch it. Oh, yep, this one's swatched much brighter than the other ones. Okay, so here are the 3 top colors. Okay, so then now we're gonna go through the colors here at the bottom, and we're gonna start out with this one right here, which is called Samuel. And this is what Samuel looks like. Then we have right here Solace. Then Lucius. And with these, with the lighter ones, they're tough for to show up on my skin tone. So here's a swatch of it on my finger, but the moment I swatch it on my arm, it normally just disappears, but here you go. Okay, then we have this one right here, which is called Salius. This is what it looks like here on my fingertip. Then the beautiful black one here. It's called Shacks. Then this one right here, it's called Liberados. Okay, then on to the last three that we have here. This one is called Succubus. Make sure I get a little more of that one here. Now that's one thing with these shadows that I just want to say real quick, because I've been kind of cleaning my hand off here, and they do not go well with wet fingers or wet brushes, so don't try to use wet. It normally kind of leaves them a little bit hard on them, so yeah, these are not meant to be used wet, just dry. Yeah, don't mess up your palette. Okay, moving on. So right here we have Citry or Citry. Okay, and last one but not least is this beautiful one here, which is called Latinus. And let me get a lot of it just because since it's a light color, it doesn't always show up in my skin, but there you go. Okay, so here are all of the colors. Here you go. Alright, so all the colors here from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. If you guys have tried this palette or if you're thinking of trying it, let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, if you've had this, what do you think of it? Do you use it a lot? What's your favorite one out of this palette? And as always, thank you guys so much for coming by. I hope I see you soon. And if you have not liked or subscribed any of my videos yet, please do so. I really appreciate it. And as always, I hope I see you soon. Bye.